We will start by defining the domain of the boundary value problem. In this case, that is the fluid region inside of the artery. With Workbench open, start by dragging fluid flow fluent into the project schematic. Rename it Artery Flow to help with organization. Next, make sure you have downloaded the BIF Artery step file from the project page and saved it in an accessible folder. Once we have done that, we can add the geometry to the project by right-clicking on geometry in the project schematic, and under Import Geometry, click Browse. We can then navigate to where the geometry file is saved, select it, and click Open. We can see that this has added a check mark next to geometry in the project schematic. With the file added, we can open it in SpaceClaim by right-clicking on geometry and selecting Edit in SpaceClaim in the list. Once SpaceClaim opens, we should see the artery geometry in the window. We can rotate the model to view it using the middle mouse button. It appears that the geometry was imported correctly. This shape represents the area inside of the artery where blood will flow. The Fluent interface does not allow us to click on boundaries to apply the desired boundary conditions. This means we need to set up the locations on which these conditions will be applied now. We can do this using named selections. On the left side of the screen, select the Groups tab. If there are currently any selections in the list, right-click on it and select Delete. First, navigate to and select the large circular face before the fork. Back on the left side, select Create NS and name it Inlet. Next, navigate to the other side of the artery and select the large circular face after the fork. Select Create NS again and name it Outlet 1. We can do the same thing for the small circular face and name it Outlet 2. To define the outer walls of the artery, we want to select all remaining faces. We can do this by right-clicking away from the geometry and under Select, pick Select All. This selects all of the faces of the geometry, but we do not want to include the inlet and the outlets. Hold Ctrl on your keyboard and click on these faces to deselect them. You may need to release Ctrl and use the middle mouse button to rotate to the other side to view all of the faces. but make sure you press Ctrl again before you select the remaining face. With the inlets and outlets deselected, select Create NS again, and name this Wall. If we hover over the name selections in the side, we can see that they were set up correctly. With the geometry correctly imported and name selections applied, we can close SpaceClaim. Back in the Workbench interface, make sure to save the project to a desired location.